Hey, sorry to bother. I don't know if you remember me. We used to talk quite a bit. Well, not a lot, once a week or so. And things just got a little crazy, a little hectic, a little busy, and I haven't been around much lately. And I was wondering, if you had time to sit and chat for a little bit, maybe get caught up on what's been going on. I miss you. Yeah. Do you remember me, JP? Does that ring a bell? Yeah. Hey, here I am. It's it's Sunday, January 23rd, 2022. And as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. So yeah, it's been a while. I have basically disappeared off the face of the earth. I moved into TikTok world for a little bit, and that was my rationalization for why I wasn't making podcasts. And then I kind of fell off the TikTok wagon, and I still didn't make podcasts. And I found myself with a little bit of time this morning before I go and do my long run. More on that in a bit. And I thought I would break the cycle. Here I am. Hi. Hey, do you remember me? Do you still like me? Do you still have interest? Has anybody still subscribed out there? I don't know. Hopefully this is a pleasant surprise for you when you open up your podcast app or however you get them. Yeah, so I'm going to talk a little bit about where I've been, what's been going on. I'm going to try not to overshare, as I'm not the only one involved in all of this. But yeah, hi, how are you? Happy New Year. Happy post-holidays, post-current still going on pandemic, maybe as bad as it's been. Well, yeah, as bad as it's been, really, no matter how you look at it. On an individual scale, maybe not, but on a worldwide macro scale, yeah, people are still dying in droves. And yeah, so let's get to it. Sorry, I've got a little frog in my throat. Little unused to speaking in the car on a microphone, so bear with me. Yeah, I mean, first let's address why I haven't been chatting so much or at all about myself. And things got interesting for a little while. Things got kind of messy for a while. And what it comes down to is that Nora and I discovered that we had maybe some opportunities to improve on our relationship. And we dabbled into couples therapy and stuff. And yeah, I found myself talking to my therapist, trying to spend more time talking to Nora. I had one or two other people who I was really sharing with. And I just found myself unable to talk anymore about me. I was bored with me, and I certainly couldn't figure out or see a way that anybody else would be interested in hearing about me, because I was just so sick of talking. And overall, it probably wasn't that much, right? I mean, there clearly people talk about themselves or themselves adjacent all week long, all the time. But for me, given my propensity to hate myself and belittle everything that I am attached to, God, it just seems so monotonous, and I couldn't find a way. I often would, on like a Friday, I would say, hey, this weekend when I go to run, I'm going to bring the laptop and sit in the car and do a podcast. And when the time came, I just, oh my, blah. No one wants to hear this garbage. And emails were piling up, and I couldn't find myself able to reply to emails. And so many nice people have emailed me over the past few months. Some new listeners, some existing listeners. Just really wonderful, thoughtful messages, and I just ignored them. And I don't know, maybe I got to a point where my Catholic guilt was a tipping point, and so here I am trying to atone for my sins of the past. I don't know. But yeah, so I find myself in a place where I would say that I'm doing better than, whatever a year ago or whatever. But when I kind of drill down into specifics, I kind of wonder if I am, right? Like in general, I feel more, it's kind of contradictory thinking here. Like I feel more connected to myself and thoughtful of others in my life, while at the same time pulling away from them. And so that's area number one where I think I'm struggling is connecting with people on a meaningful, like interpersonal back and forth way. Like I feel in a vacuum, I feel more connected with, I'm more thoughtful about my girls and my mom and Nora and friends and all that. But if you looked at it, you wouldn't see it, right? But it's in me, and I know it's there. And I've talked with my therapist about it, Megan, a little bit. And actually, this past Thursday, she was kind of had smiles for me, and like, hey, this is progress, and I feel good about this. And but I don't reach out and talk and share. And I don't know. To a certain extent, I'm just going through the motions at times of being a dad or a son or whatever. And, I don't, I don't feel bad about it. But I understand that it could and maybe should be better. But, yeah, so there's that. And I mean, I sleep as much as ever, and maybe even more. Like I've been going to bed maybe a little bit later than usual, but certainly sleeping later and having a hard time of being the early riser and go-getter and things like that, which then kind of bleeds into my work a little bit because I don't get the early start. So, but I still want to get done at a certain time. I still have kind of daily deadlines to meet. And so maybe I'm not being as I don't know what I want to say, as complete. I don't complete my work maybe as tight and proper as they should be done. Like a B, maybe B plus effort as opposed to A plus effort, which is unusual for me. But I'm kind of riding my I don't know. Jesus, I haven't talked for a while. I'm kind of writing what my, oh my goodness, this is terrible, just terrible. My reputation, there it is. I'm kind of riding my reputation as being a solid worker and whatever. So, yeah. So there's that, and I mean, I'm on minutia, on individual levels, I'm struggling, but overall, I feel a little bit better. So what's that mean? What is that? Am I like exiting depression and entering introvert, or am I just redefining my depression and avoidant personality disorder, or what? Like I don't know. Um, it's weird. It's weird. I had so I've been listening to Scott Sigler books. I've talked about him before when I run, and I've just given up on podcasts. There's too many commercials in podcasts anymore. I listen to them when I drive, but I can't listen to commercials while I run. And music is just so I thought, well, audiobooks, right? Sure. And sure, I've listened to all of his stuff on his podcast feed, but it's just interesting, and I really enjoy listening to his stories. So I was listening to this one story called Ancestor, and it involves monsters, as many of Scott's books do, and just these ferocious, beastly, man-made monsters with like lion bodies and alligator crocodile heads and 500 pounds of solid muscle and jaw-clenching power and razor-sharp teeth and claws, and really the stuff of nightmares, right? And I was walking last Monday. I had last Monday off for Martin Luther King Day, and I was walking, and the trail where I walk goes through this tunnel, and I remember thinking, oh, hey, this is where one of the ancestors would hang out and ambush me and lop my head off with one bite. And I thought, you know what? I've had a good run. Why not? If it happens, it happens, right? And I get it's like fantasy, not fantasy. Like, hey, I really fantasize about dying, but it's make believe, right? It's not a legitimate possibility. But I was like, and I thought about it for a couple minutes. I was like, okay, what if it was a bear? Do we have bears here in North Carolina? No, we don't have bears. What if it was like a mugger? We don't really have muggers here in the Raleigh area, in suburban Apex, North Carolina. But just what? And I was at peace with it, right? And then, so the next day, I wake up and my Apple Watch, which that's news. I have an Apple Watch. I'm totally jumping into the iOS ecosystem. I'm maybe a half a year away from getting a Mac. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but whatever. It told me that my pulse overnight had dropped below 40, and I think I got to 36 for an extended amount of time. And like as soon as I was aware of that, then I thought, I better make a doctor's appointment just to get that checked out, right? I mean, I'm relatively fit, but I'm not that fit, right? Resting pulse rate of maybe 45, something like that is pretty normal for me. Mid 40s, high 40s, sometimes lower 40s, but 36 is just that seems wrong. So I made an appointment. And so this kind of contradictory thinking, like on the one hand, if I kick off because something attacks me, I'm all right. But hey, this seems wrong. Maybe I should get this checked out. So it's an interesting thing, right? I mean, I was I was reading emails, communicating with friends of the show. And they were talking about, like cutting, and they got to a point where they wanted to see how far they could cut, but they stopped. Like they wouldn't, instinct or their brain, I think that's how they phrased it, wouldn't let them go deeper, and they were disappointed in that. And I think I understand why that's maybe frustrating, but I take that as like that's like a positive, right? That's like, hey, there's parts of me that understand things are good enough, or that there's hope for better. and maybe doing significant damage isn't what we should be doing. And so I think a lot of us, a lot of you who hear my voice can appreciate this. Like you're teetering on the brink of none of this is worth it, or God, I just wish it were over. But at the same time, you find yourself in isolated situations where you're like, hey, maybe I need to take better care of myself in this way or that way, or whatever it might be. If it's get in the shower, if it's, clip your toenails, if it's go get a doctor's appointment to get your ticker checked out, right? I think we should try to acknowledge those times as, hey, okay, there's some good going on here. I don't know. Maybe I'm full of it. Maybe I'm just searching for things to talk about. Because it's been so long, and I feel like I owe you guys the podcast to end all podcasts. So you're running. I've signed up for a full marathon coming up middle of May. And so tomorrow I start my 16-week training program in earnest. And yeah, it was kind of something that was knocking around in my head. Like there were times when I was on a long run, I was like, this isn't so bad. I could maybe work my way up to a marathon. Whereas like even when I was doing my first marathon training, a marathon is way too far. Like I don't need to do that. But then I got it in my head, and I think part of it is I wanted to have a goal, right? I don't have goals in my life. I'm not striving for a position at work or promotion. I'm not, Nora and I aren't saving money to remodel the kitchen or go on a vacation or something like that. I'm not, I don't have other goals, right? I just don't have anything. And so this makes a goal. This creates a goal, right? And even though I hate running, and I even bought a shirt. So they have these shirts now, t-shirts, where as you sweat and the fabric gets wet, it reveals text underneath. And I got one that says, I hate running. And I'm looking forward to wearing that as the weather gets warmer and people can see me running on the trail with a shirt that says, I hate running. So yeah, so I think part of it was just having this goal, right? And we'll see. I'm trying to lose weight. There's a goal in that too. When I hit 180 pounds, I'm getting a new tattoo. That gives me about 10 pounds to go. And so now I've got conflicting interests, right? Like I need to be fueled enough to run 10, 12, 14, 18, 20, 26 miles at the same time trying to lose weight to get to and 180 is not even my goal weight. It's just a waypoint. Waypoint, huh? And so, but I guess that's a goal, but I don't embrace it like I should, because I think this marathon thing takes precedence over it. Because I know it just feels so terrible when you're not fueled right and you're trying to run. So I think I can do both. But I just have to be smart about it and probably be more accountable for what I eat and as I eat it. And I'm hoping I get into that. I'd done it before, but I just need to be, calorie restriction at a reasonable amount, right? And I don't exactly know what that is. Maybe I need a trainer of some sort. I don't know. I've never had a trainer. Maybe I'll look into that. So that's going on. And yeah, that's one other thing I wanted to talk about, but I'll be damned if I can think of it. So yeah, so like mom's not doing her best. I don't know what I know I threw a podcast in here or there, and she broke her kneecap, and she's been in a assisted living place for a long while now, going through rehab to regain strength and flexibility in that joint. And I mean, otherwise she's physically healthy, which is great. But she's, this raises doubt as to what the future really holds for her. So there's a lot going on with that, and I talk with her every couple of days, and I talk with my brother every couple of days. He's up there in Michigan with her, and he's a lot of the responsibility of things has fallen on him. So I try to support as best I can from afar, but there's only so much I can do. So yeah, so I mean that's going on, and true to form, like I'm not stressing out about it that much. Like I tend to have faith in my brother and the medical world or the established. There's a pro-capitalism here, but the established resources out there. Dad set her up very well to be taken care of, and so I'm pretty confident that something will come about. So yeah, there's that. I guess I should also apologize just for disappearing for so long. And if you're still there, if you're still listening, thank you so much. You rock. If you feel it in your bones to send me a quick message at jamolki@gmail.com, that would be great. The website is down. Twitter is gone. So we still have facebook.com/Jamolki, Instagram, Jamolki. And you can still text me here in the U.S., 248-648-1419, or WhatsApp, +1 248-648-1419. Those are all still available. I have hopes of putting the website back up, but there's a deeper story involved with all that I don't want to get into. And I'm kind of, it's weird. I'm at a point where I really wish I could transition it into for my girls webpage, but I think it's over 200 episodes of me saying, go to jamolki.info and find out more info on my depression. So we'll see. Maybe I need a jamolki.com or .net or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there it is. So reach out to me. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know. Tell me, please tell me you want to come on the show and help me navigate speaking once a week to people about stuff. Would really lessen the load. Okay, that's it. I've got to get ready to go run 10 miles today, and it's 29 degrees out. So blah, don't like that. But we'll see. Maybe it'll warm up a little bit. The sun is shining, so fingers crossed. Again, thank you for taking time to listen. Thank you for patiently, maybe even impatiently waiting, but thank you for waiting for this next episode to come out. And yeah, let's have a dialogue. Let's have some back and forth. Let's dig deep into the recesses of our emotional woes, and even our emotional wins. Let's share them. Let's talk. Let's live life as friends. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.